Well, someone who's been following the president of the ANC then is SABC News reporter Samkele Maseko, and he's obviously covering the campaign there for us, and he joins us live. Samkele, thank you so much for your time. Well, 8 days to go before the hotly contested elections. There is, of course, a lot riding on this campaign for the ANC. What are some of the hard-hitting questions the president has had to answer and address today?
Essentially, Unati, it has been the issue of water, unemployment, poverty and inequality that bedevils this place of Madibeng where we are currently at. But I am going to bring in Mr. Mduduzi Kunene, who is a resident in this area, where the president spoke about the creation of jobs, the issue of houses in this area, as there are a lot of informal settlements. I'm just going to ask my colleague Tabiso Rapakwana just to show you some of the living conditions in this area of Madibeng local municipality, which is largely a mining area and a mining town where the president was at. This was known as a no-go area for the African National Congress, but essentially the president of the ANC, led by the PEC of the province, led by the chairperson Nono Maloy, did come here today to address some of the issues of this particular community. But I'm going to bring in Mr. Mduduzi Kunene as well. Mr. Mduduzi Kunene, just in essence, you are a resident here, you attended this particular rally. What are some of the main issues, service delivery issues that you are facing as a community here?
Yeah, we have quite a challenge that we are facing as the community in this area, especially like you just mentioned, the unemployment issue. It's of paramount, and now is piling each and every day, whereby we are experiencing mining being closed, and yet the president today announced the issue of creating more jobs. It will be a great relief to the people of this area, Marikana in particular, and the member as we are here, the president as he was addressing today.
You raised an issue of blasting when we were speaking offline. What is the main issue of blasting within the specific area?
No, there was a certain areas. There are certain areas, especially in the Ward 32, where we have a community from Maritlokwa. They are experiencing quite a number of how can I put it? Uncomfortable residing, in a sense that every time when they are blasting, there will be stones flying all over, and then now there will be their house are in bad conditions, in a sense that they'll be experiencing cracks and whatnot. So it has become an issue in our community.
As the president of the ANC spoke, canvassing votes within the specific area, were you convinced through some of the points that he raises, particularly knowing that South Africa is going to an election next week, Wednesday?
I can't say I'm convinced, because everything that is said is nothing new. The only thing that was new is the national health that he spoke of, that every person in South Africa will be able to go to their health organizations or health or clinical hospitals to get help. However, everything that he just said, EPWP, something that has been there a long time ago. He even emphasized the issue of Corona, the 350, which for me, it's a song that has been sang for a long time. The only thing that he spoke of, even though I'm not quite convinced that it will be beneficial for all the South Africans, is this national health issue that we was talking of, that everyone in South Africa will be able to be covered under.
Will you be voting next week, Wednesday?
Yes, definitely. Voting is very important. I encourage everyone, especially the youth, because of this narrative that people, when they are not satisfied about certain issues that are happening in their area, they show their frustration by not voting. But by so doing, if you are not voting, it simply means there won't be any change. You need to stand up and vote. Everyone must stand up and vote. That is your voice.
You are from Espingo in KwaZulu-Natal. What are you doing all the way up here in Madibeng, of all places?
You know, brother, as I'm a South African, the only thing that took me from KZN up until I get here, it was for a better life for my family, for my kids. So we come here because of the opportunities regarding the mines. So yeah, that is why I find myself here. But now the grass is not always greener on the other side. Like we find ourselves unemployed. Even now there is a number of people that they were hoping that their lives will be changed, but things are not happening, or they are not unfolding as they hoped.
What are you currently doing now within the specific area? Are you working? Are you working in the mines? Are you contracted or having a business that is operating within the mining sector?
I'm glad you asked that question. What I'm doing currently, we have a business forum here in Ward 32. And then we are struggling as this business forum in a sense that we're even struggling to get a simplest thing as a recognition letter. So now we have to go pillar to post just for that recognition letter, and it becomes hard for a person, a black man as myself, to challenge these giants. There's a company, when you go to those companies, especially in the mines, they are having that thing every time when we are about to engage regarding the business opportunities. You'll only be told that you don't have a recognition letter. In a sense, if you don't have that recognition letter as a forum, since I'm the secretary of that forum, then you don't have a voice. They're not going to take you seriously. They're not even going to sit with you in their meetings, in a sense. But you only find that, especially in Tarisa, you find there are 389 companies, mostly they are white. You're asking yourself, do they had a recognition letter for them to be afforded the opportunities to work in Tarisa? So it's still far for a black man to accomplish whatever that he need to be accomplished. I mean, everything that is happening when the leaders of this country they are addressing, it's more like a speech exercise or a paper exercise. They're only going to tell you that, but when you really approaching in the ground, you find that things are highly different. Hence, I'm saying it's a pain. It's really a pain. Because even right now, we have a structure that is consists of 77 business people who are local, but none of them is benefiting from these mines, and billions are being taken out of this award each and every day, but none of us are benefiting.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mtutuzi Kunene, who is a local business person within the area, who's saying that they need the opportunities in order to penetrate the economic sector within the platinum belt within the country, where the president said that they would be creating more jobs, addressing issues of housing within this area, water as well, and also the triple challenges of poverty, inequality, and underdevelopment.